everybody, it's your girl Cherish Walteezy back with another one. Today's video we'll be going over how to cop the Air Jordan 11 Jubilee. I know you guys are super excited for this video and ready to find out this information. So before we get started, make sure you go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, do me a favor and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So I know you guys are ready to find out the secret on how to cop these bad boys. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Alright guys, so as I mentioned, these are the Air Jordan 11 Jubilees, or the 25th anniversary kick, because they did drop on the 25th anniversary of Nike and Jordan, which was about a month or so ago. They had a shot drop on that 25th anniversary date. That's how I managed to get my hands on a pair. I'll let you guys know firsthand, these bad boys are made out of some good quality material, dope colorway, and they're just overall a sexy looking shoe. It just goes with a lot of good things, and I'm gonna let you know these are must cop. So make sure you guys pay attention to this video. If you want some more detail about the shoe itself, I did go ahead and already do a review video of these bad boys and an on feet, so make sure you go and check that out. Alright guys, so before we go over how to cop these shoes, let's go over some of the details for this release. As I mentioned, this shoe is going to be dropping on December the 12th, which is this coming Saturday. It will be dropping at 9 a.m. Central Time, so make sure you remember that. These shoes are coming out in a full family size run, so you will see men's shoes, women's, grade school, preschool, toddler, and infants. Going over the retail price for each of these, men's and women's are going to be retailing for $220 US. Grade school will be $180 US. Preschool will be $95 US. And toddler will be $75 US, and then infant will be $60 US. Let's go over how you can get your hands on a pair of these kicks. First things first, there are some raffles that are still up and going, so you need to go ahead and enter those as soon as this video is over. The raffles that are still open for these shoes are open for the full size run. Well, most of them. I think there's one or two locations that don't have every shoe in there for the raffles, but most of them are having raffles for the full size run. The locations that still have raffles open are Hibbett, Champs, Foot Locker, Finish Line, Foot Action, SNS, and Shoe Palace. Something to note about these raffles, Finish Line does normally do their raffle very early in the week, so that means it ends earlier. So make sure you go ahead and check that raffle out as soon as this video is over, because there is a chance that it will be closing very soon. Other than that, I do believe also Shoe Palace, it's select Shoe Palaces that are having the raffle, so make sure you check that out. What you're going to want to do for these raffles is go ahead and download the apps for all of these locations, make an account if you have not already, and then you just log into your account, go to the launches, enter into the raffles, and then they'll let you pick a location if there's one nearby, or they'll also, some of them let you pick an online option. That is the best way for you to try to secure a pair. If you can just win a raffle and know ahead of time that you won a raffle, and on release day you ain't got nothing to worry about. So I know what you're thinking. You've entered all these raffles, you didn't win a raffle, now what? Good thing about it is, if you did not win a raffle, you still have a chance to grab a pair of these kicks on the release day. So do not worry. I got y'all. So all of the locations I mentioned that have raffles are also going to be releasing the shoe on the release day at 9 a.m. Central Time. Also, there will be a release at East Bay and Sneakers. So make sure you take that into consideration if you want to try those locations too. Every single location I just mentioned will be releasing them at the same time, so you also have to keep that in mind. Each one of these locations will be dropping the shoe as a first come first serve, so that means you need to be ready to go on release day. So pay attention, get your pen and paper, because we are about to go over everything you need to do, how ready you need to be before this drop happens. For starters, I'm just going to mention, I do know that I said that all of these locations are dropping the shoes on the release day, which is true, but I do want to let you know that I do recommend that you try to grab the shoes off of Sneakers. Sneakers is going to have the highest amount of the shoes. They're going to have a larger release. All the other locations are going to have a smaller amount, so it's going to be a harder chance for you to get these shoes on a different location. Of course, you can try for all of the different locations, but I would definitely try to go for Sneakers first. So since this release is a first come first serve release, you need to try to eliminate how much time it takes you to fill out what you need to fill out to try to purchase these shoes. So with that being said, there's a couple options of what you can do. For all of the apps, if you're going to try every single location that's dropping these shoes, I would try to do what I can to make sure that on the release day, I am logged into the app, logged into my account, and I have my information already filled out in each account. You should already have your settings filled out, your name, your address, your phone number, all that good jazz. For sneakers specifically, I know you can enter your name, your shoe size, your shipping address, and your card information so that that's already ready to go on the release day. Another thing you can do is you can use Google Chrome. With Google Chrome, you can go into the settings of Google Chrome and you can go ahead and pre-fill out your information. So I know what a lot of people say, Cherish, this may not be safe. Someone can get my information, da 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 da. And that is true. That's a risk that you are willing or may not be willing to take. You can add it, you can delete it. I don't know what happens, whatever, but it is an option. So you just put your information in the settings on Google Chrome. It can save information like your name, your address, your card information. It can save your login, your username, password. It can save all of that for whatever website you want to put. So if that's something you feel comfortable doing, that's definitely an option. Just make sure you do all of your transactions on Google Chrome so that your information will load in there. If you save your information on Google Chrome and you go on Safari, it's not going to work. All right, guys, so I'm going to quickly go over if you are planning on doing this release on the computer. If you are going to be using a computer and you're wanting to try to get these shoes on multiple different websites, then I would say that you would go onto the Google Chrome, have your information already in there, you know, if that's what you want to do, and then have multiple different tabs open with the different locations you're planning on going for. So if you want to have sneakers open, champs open, Hibbit open, have them all open. Log into your accounts on all of those locations so that it's open and you're in your account on each tab. Then what you're going to do is you are just going to go to one tab, whatever one you want to try first, enter there. Click over, enter there. Click over, enter there. It's as simple as that. So next, if you're planning on going on your phone or like an iPad to try to get the shoe, here's a couple things that you can do. Obviously, if you're planning on using these devices, you should already have your information into the settings and everything like I've already previously mentioned. And once you've done that, you're ready to go. So first things first, if the Wi-Fi is good, you have good success, it doesn't take a long time loading, it doesn't lag, all of that sort of thing, then make sure your devices are on the Wi-Fi. If the Wi-Fi is not good, just turn the Wi-Fi off and use your cellular data. Unless you don't have a choice and you're using like an iPod, iPad, whatever. Like say you're just gonna grab these shoes on the sneakers app, then you need to make sure the sneakers app is the only app that you have open on the device. Make sure wherever you're planning on getting these shoes, whatever app, if it's Champs, Hibbit, sneakers, whatever, make sure those apps are up to date. So go to your app store the night before and make sure the apps are updated. If they're not, you want to go ahead and do whatever update, because if they're not updated, they are going to go slow, kick you out, not work. It's going to be complicated. So the next thing we need to discuss is the payment method. So I know I went over earlier that you can go onto the apps and the different locations and go ahead and enter your payment method. You can have it pre-saved on Google Chrome. But what I actually recommend is that you use Apple Pay. If you have an iPhone, iPad, I think you can use it on iPad too. If you have access to Apple Pay, I would definitely recommend Apple Pay. That's what I use every time. It is by far the quickest and most successful for me. So it does allow you to do the face recognition to be able to approve the payment. Last but not least, if you guys have gone through the raffles, you took an L on the raffles, if you've done all of the tips and tricks that I've just given you, and you just are not feeling confident about the release day, then something else you can do is you can try to make some additional accounts to try to help better your chances of getting a pair of these shoes. All you need is different email addresses and you need different phone numbers most times, because I think they make you confirm. So if you have access to that, then you definitely can make a few accounts to try to enter multiple times, thus increasing your chances of getting these shoes. All right, guys, so if you're planning to make a couple of different accounts, there's a couple suggestions that I have for you. You need to make sure that whenever you fill out the account information for the different accounts, that they are a little different. So if you have access to multiple different mailing addresses, so you can have a pair mailed to your home address, your work address, your mama's address, then that is good. Use those different addresses on the account. So have one account with yours, one account with your mom's. Don't use the same address. Something else that I heard about was not to have multiple different devices on the same Wi-Fi IP address. I did hear that, this was legit. I heard that it was a myth. I don't know. Obviously, I can't prove this information, but if you want to think about it, some people do say that you shouldn't have more than 3 devices on the same IP address. So just to be safe, I would say don't go any higher than 3. That is all the tips and tricks that I have on how to manually cop these shoes. Definitely think that all of these things should help you increase your chances of grabbing a pair. Just to remind you, they do release this Saturday on December the 12th at 9 a.m. Central Time. Alright guys, good luck on the release, and I will catch you in the next one.